my first load. This is for, I'm building a bandsaw mill. So this is my first load I've ever taken on with this trailer. I actually found a snow blower for my tractor. They're only asking 250 bucks and it's like a 7-footer. We'll see. I was told my tractor might not be able to handle it, so I'm kind of debating whether I want to grab it or not. But yeah, I was only expecting to have 20-foot pieces, but I guess there's some 24-foot pieces here. I'm gonna see if my tractor will pick this up. I'm gonna figure out where middle is, and I guess I'm gonna use some straps and hook onto it. Anyway, thanks. So I'm thinking the inside diameter of my rails is gonna be 32 inches, which is pretty good size log. Like, just to give you an example, this tree here, it's one of the biggest on my property. It's probably about 70 feet tall, pine. And it's like 29 inches max. So I would try to cut something like this without having to, it's huge. This tree's massive. It's got some other trees in the way, but eventually I'm gonna pull it right where that trailer is there. So I think 32 inches between the tracks. That'll be like 33 between the tracks. It's like that big. So yeah, it's hard to see it all, but be pretty good. Let's put it on the ground for you here. 32 from the inside of the tape. So just to give you some perspective, it's not very big, but it's big enough to handle this tree. So it's a huge tree. So that's kind of what I'm basing the inside diameter of the blades, or like the outer edges, the most inner part between the two circles. I want to shoot for around 32 inches or so. Plus there'll be some guides, so I'll be restricted a little bit. So I think all my, so the C channel here, it's 3-inch C channel, 20 feet long. I'm not cutting anything off them. Well, I'll measure them obviously, but I'm gonna stick to full length pieces. I'll probably be able to cut a 17-foot chunk if I wanted to. Pretty much mainly be cutting 9-footers from what I can see. But I will have the odd posts that will need to go get buried in the ground, so you will want to be able to cut something decent too. So yeah, the tractor pulled this stuff off no problem. The new hose is a little bit of a problem though. Yeah, I'll get into that after. Alright, thanks. Because I made it a little bit smaller, or like narrower, I was gonna go 4 foot, but I think my wheels are not capable, so, and just because I know how big the trees are around here and the stuff I'm looking for, I opted it with about a 33-inch wheel, center to center, 33 and a half. 32-inch, these pieces are all 32-inch, so they just go between, so I'll get an extra 1.5 inch total width on there, and I got extra out of it, so I got 7 pieces instead of 5 from doing that. So now I got 40-inch spaces between. So what I'm gonna do is, I think the first 2 are gonna go, I was gonna go centered, but I'm gonna go one this way and then one that way, and then I'll have the C's going possibly that way. Yep. Because I want to put a This will be the front, or whatever, call it the front. That'll be the tail end of it. So we'll push this way when we go. And then, so this will be pretty much it, the mill part, or the, whatever the head, let's say. That'll be where this is mainly sitting to start your cut. And then I'll put my first dog over here. So if I want to do a 4-foot log, I'll be between these two, and that's where I'll do my smaller cuts, which is fairly close to center. And I'm gonna also build a trailer or whatever. It'll just be a bolt-on axle for this, so it'll probably be between these two here, which will give it a little bit of tongue weight. And then when I move it, I'll also park the mill head here right on top of the axle, so it'll still give it some tongue weight. And then, yeah, so right now I'm just gonna tack these in, make sure they're square. I got 7 of them to tack in, so it's not a huge deal. Like, this whole process isn't that big of a deal now that I've got it all planned out. The head part might be a little bit more tricky, but honestly I got a pretty basic idea for it. So it is going to be a 4-post mill head. That's why I got so much square tubing. And yeah, well, we'll just kind of go along and I'll show you how it's done. Thanks. Turned out to be quite the windy day. Lots of wind. Power already flickered once. Be surprised if it doesn't go out if this keeps up. Not that I'm on grid, but I do have some stuff on grid. The majority is off grid, like all the grinding and all the cutting. It's all on solar. So. Definitely pretty windy. It's alright, got this all welded up. Probably just gonna, guess I'm gonna have to move it out of the way a little bit. It is kind of in the way. And then I can start on making the runners, like the runners I'll call them, or the legs of the carriage. And I've got I'm going to grind these top welds here too, so I'm not totally done grinding yet. But these, I don't know if I showed you guys or not, these are going to be my running tracks. So I got a 5/16 by 2-inch wheel, and that's 5/16 thread rod, so there's absolutely no turn. Like, it's a really nice fit. And then I'll just weld that right onto this surface here. Try and build it so it's centered. I'll probably build the feet first, put it on the center of the track, and then maybe even weld some temporary supports across, so I know how big I'm gonna have the cart. Probably try and keep the insides flush. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Not really much need, because it's gonna be some kind of stopper here to stop the log, so automatically I'm already gonna lose a couple inches there at the bottom. When it comes to the top, I could probably just put some kind of spike or something really close to the track there. But yeah, I guess next I'm gonna have to cut some pieces to figure out how long I want this thing. The longer I make that, the shorter my travel will be till it hits. You have to put some stoppers on here. Just a couple pieces of whatever, flat bar, angle, anything will do. I do have some flat stuff here that would probably be fine for the job. This kind of stuff here. It's 1/8. Sure that will stop the wheels pretty quick. Or I could put something like this on there. And I actually did buy a length of 1" square tubing. This guy here, which may be appropriate, then I can put something in there if I need to. Just cut whatever 4 or 5" piece. Imagine a 5" piece would cover the whole wheel, so, and go right to the bottom. So I could just kind of put it there and come up to here. Plus 5/16. Sorry guys. Pretty straight though. Stayed pretty good. But I do have some fine play when I put the round bar on the center there. I can actually make it wherever I want. This side does look like it kicks out a bit this way at the very end there. So, rather go out than in, I think. Man, deer flies found me. Yeah, and then I could put wood risers. Probably won't be on the ends, but I could put wood risers on 5 of them there. Even 2x4 or something like that would probably be good enough. You know, probably be tons. And then 45 down these ends here, and then put a. I can change them if I need to, or have it go 45 there too. We'll see. See how low I can get the blade to go, and one step at a time kind of thing. It's my first one I'm building, so. But the good part about this is I'm also going to build like a trailer. I got the wheels and the axles already, or not the axle, but the axle will be the square tube. And I'll probably just have it, I don't know, 6-8 inches. And then I'll use a 40" or so piece of this stuff here and channel it up like this. Have the square tube coming off of it. And then I can probably put it between these two. And then I'll put a hitch on the front. You know, when I move it around, I just put the carriage on top of the axle and lock it in. I'll put some locks there or something. Make some kind of bar that will stop it and hold it, bolt through. Lots of options with this design here. Could even put a chain feeder in here too, if I wanted to. Maybe weld a flat bar in there, so then the chain's got something to ride on, and have it just loop up like that on the carriage. Lots of stuff. I just want to do it basic for now though. It's going to be a push and a hand crank. I already got the crank, so I got the design I want to use for the lifting. So I think I got it pretty good here. You guys will see. Anyways, thanks. So, save time. I'm just gonna go like this. I think that'll be enough. This will still be partially on the track. If the wheel's here, we'll still have a little bit on the track. So, just give me a little bit more space for building, because I'm pretty much where I am now is where it's gonna be. Can make the blades smaller when it comes time to that part, but for now it's looking like this is where I'm gonna have it. It's just 2 on the outside. So that'll be my hole there, and these bolts are small enough that I could just go through one side, and they do have a shoulder on them, so it'll last a little longer in that brass bearing. I will grease it and probably keep it greased. That'll be part of the maintenance, is greasing the wheels and checking everything for tension. Probably gonna have to get a few more of these for the pulleys. Took forever to focus. But I'm gonna get a punch in there, and then I'm gonna take a measurement for the next one. Anyways, thanks guys. It's going pretty quick. It's still day one, so I don't think it'll take me all that long. And if anything, I might get stuck somewhere on parts, and then I'll have to wait for some parts. But pretty much everything I need is at my local stores, so we'll see. Thanks. So this is how it's gonna be. I'll put these on the inside though, the wheels will be on the inside. So it'll probably be something like this. And I'll put the round bar on. I'll get a measurement of the piece I need from here to that one, and then I'll square it up. Yeah, pretty straightforward actually. It's going pretty quick. Bet you if I had all the pieces in front of me, this would be like a 2-3 day job. Full days, but hey, thanks guys. So I got this guy kind of squared and tacked. Now I can debate on whether I want to do the track or do, since I got the metal here and I don't want to move the metal, or I can cut these into 4-foot pieces. So I think 4 feet. I'm thinking this is 40 inches, so I'll go 10 inches will be my one point, and then 10 inches will be the end, and then I'll build 2 48 inch tower, like poles out of that stuff. And yeah, I want to connect all 4 together, and I'll figure out where the best lifting point is. It's pretty hard to get 4 perfect, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Thanks. So this is how I'm doing my rails. This is the 5/16 round bar. It'll just sit in the middle there somewhere, wherever it lands and fits nicely. And I'll just roll through that. Gives me a bit of room halfway up to weld. And yeah, it should be pretty good. They're really tight, like the fit, so I think it'll be pretty good. Cool. It's coming together. Day one. And after I do that, it actually, yeah, I could actually paint it. The next, well, no, I guess I got some figuring out to do with what I'm gonna put in here for sockets, for stoppers. Whatever I put in there will be fine not to hit, so it can go right close. I'll probably have it flush with the top of the C channel here anyways. Not bad. Guess my garage isn't, I guess it's 16 feet this way by 20 feet that way, so I could probably fit this in there for the most part if I took everything out of there. Whatever. Yeah, pretty good. I'm gonna try and maybe clamp something here, or get the wheels over here and centered, and then I'll put a couple tacks on each side evenly so it doesn't warp. do them both identical right back to back, and it shouldn't warp as bad. I'm not sure how many I'm even going to put on there. I guess I'll probably put quite a few. Maybe 16 inches. So, as far as I'm going to make it today, do have to figure out how to move it. But I'm going to be playing around with these posts for a while, trying to get, well, I'll get all the pieces put on it. So I got a tray that moves up and down properly. I just put 3 tacks on each for now. And I do got to clean up the tacks on these. I got some spatter here and there. There's a little bumping when you go past the tacks, so once I just do a quick grind on it, it'll be fine. I might put a little bit more weld on there. I'm not sure if I need it or not. Maybe I'll space in half as well. So that's pretty much every 16 inches or so. So I'll go every 8 inches. And that'll probably be good enough for that. It's pretty much just pushing it down. So it really just needs to stay in place. Yeah, I gotta figure out a bunch of stuff still. The lift. Not sure if where the motor weight and everything, how it's gonna need to be picked up so it comes up nice and smooth. But it does roll pretty good. Just where the tacks are, it's got some got a little bit of bumping where the tacks are, so not a big deal. Just give it a quick little grind on the sides. Probably I'll just, yeah, you can feel it a little bumpy up high, so I think it should be okay for what it is. It's very sturdy, so, well, that part isn't finished, so it will be very sturdy. The bottom's very sturdy. I see a lot of people in a lot of machines that wiggle. I don't want it to wiggle when it's cutting. That's why I'm building it as strong as possible. And I'm not sure if I'm going to have the lifting come across the center, so it might just be a cable with a pulley, another pulley, a cable, and then up to the crank. Let's see. Lots to do on these things. When I take these off, they're gonna be, oh, maybe. These also fit pretty nice. These round tubes I got there. The square tube that I got fits really nice on top of that. So that also may be another option for the dogs. It's only gonna have 2 of them, I think. Put them at least 4 feet apart. Probably have one start here, and then another one over here. It'll just be an arm, probably, whatever, 15 inches tall or so. And then you kind of can swing it and clamp it in, screw it in, or whatever I decide to do there. I'm not sure. Yeah, we're supposed to get a bunch of rain. Not the greatest day to start this project. Huh, it's a good start though. Anyways, thanks guys.